the sun is just starting to climb up over the treetops. And it's gonna be a beautiful day, that's plain to see.
Welcome to Bill Dance Outdoors, America's most popular and longest running TV fishing show.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.
There he is, Bill Dance that is, doing what he loves to do, fishing. Today's show's going to be a little bit different. We're going to review a long-time popular fishing technique and fishing rig. Several years ago, we produced a show that was called There He Is. This comes from the three words that are a tip-off that the bass has accepted your offering, and three words that are usually followed by a massive hook set. Three words that are a result of one of America's most popular and consistent bass rigs. We're talking about a plastic bait rigged with a slip sinker, also known as the Texas rig. Now, since that show aired on national television years ago, there's been a lot of changes in bass fishing equipment. Rods are lighter, more sensitive, and better built. Reels are smoother, have better drag systems. Lines, much stronger and more sensitive. And hooks, they're a lot sharper and stronger and have wider bends. About the only thing that hasn't changed in Texas rigging is the effectiveness of the technique on bass fishing. In this two-part series that's entitled There He Is, Bill is going to give you some great educational tips on using this fantastic, proven way to catch largemouth bass. Let's join Bill now on the water and see what we can learn from him today.
There he is. It's a big one too. Woo! Woo! Here we go around the mulberry bush. I like to get them on this side because I don't have to get up under that console. Look at that Jesse pool. Nice one. Oh, you just big and fat. That's a pretty fish there. For me, look at that. Whoa! Ah. He was right in the thick of it too. Look how fat that is. Not a pretty fat, pretty looking thing. Yes, you are. Okay. It's nice. Bye. When you're worm fishing, the slime on those fish sometimes will get on that line, and that line will rotate around on the gap of that eye, where the eye of the hook, on the eye of the hook, where the steel or the wire comes around and the bend comes back around and touches the shaft. What you want to do, you want to be sure that you keep that knot out of that gap right there, because if it does, sometimes it'll pinch it and break your line right there. So you want that knot right on the top of that eye. If it gets around there, right in that crevice, sometimes it'll, if it wears there very long, it'll break your line. There he is. Way, boy, go around it. way back in there. Nice.
Bill Dance Outdoors. Sponsored by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere. And by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Today's Conditions Log is brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development. Come experience the kind of beauty that can only be made in Tennessee. Go online today for your free Tennessee vacation guide.
But I'm fighting the wind. The fish are back in that they're not as, there's a few out on the edge, but most of them are back in that thick stuff. I get way back in it like that, I've got to go straight down real quick. I'll climb up over it. The base of that's a little root wad, and I've got to get down up over it and down into it real quick. And where a lot of it's laying over, I've got to climb up over it and go right straight down. There he is. There's one right there. I had the boat just right in there on top of him. Another fat one. That's a good 2.5 pounder. See, I normally don't like to use it this heavy a weight. I'm using 3/8 of an ounce. I usually like to use a quarter, but the problem is 1/4 of an ounce is not going to get down through that stuff. And I've got a wind, pretty good wind blowing in my face, and I need that heavy weight, this 3/8 ounce, to crash down through that stuff. So I can throw if I threw a quarterback in there, I can't get it over that. There's a lot of this stuff's laying down, and I can't get it down in there fast enough. And if I pull it a little bit, the wind blows it. So I can go, I threw it way back in there like that. I can climb through that. That 3/8 it's going to climb up over the stuff and fall straight down. And the quarter's not going to do that. The quarter's just too light. I can get down to the base of that. There's a hit there, I think. Yep, it was. He hung me up. That 3/8 is going to get down in there a lot faster and stay on the bottom, where a quarter's just not going to do it. And I know the 3/8 is not going to make it look near as natural as a quarter would. And I'm pegging it. Of course, pegging it is going to keep that sinker. I've got a little sinker stopper right in front of it. And what that's going to do is keep that sinker right on the head of that worm. Of course, when it falls, it's going to fall. It's not going to make it look near as natural. Quarter ounce would make it fall a little bit slower and make it look a little bit more natural. Can't have everything. There he is. Big one. double hooked. Go 3 pounds. Kapow!
Today's show is brought to you by Quantum Rods and Reels. Quantum, performance tuned. Pure Marine Odor Eliminator eliminates foul fish odors from gear, compartments, and empty live wells. And Tracker Boats, fish the finest. Today's equipment log is brought to you by Gamakatsu, because the fish of a lifetime only comes once in a lifetime. Today's show is sponsored by Monster Marine Lithium. Lighter, stronger, longer. Bill Dance exclusive rods by Quantum. We have an action for you. And by Garmin. Fight your fish, not your fish finder.
There he is. Whoa, heavy. A strong, chunky little fish. Oh, going, biting me. A fat one, isn't it? Ooh, solid. Good green fertile water. Green water grows fish fast. Clear water will grow fish, but won't grow near as fast as this good fertile water. Something you always want to remember is to always keep that worm perfectly straight with your line. That's very, very important. You see, if you get it crooked, see the worm is perfectly straight with the line. That's the way you want it. You don't want to get it crooked. You get a bow in it like this, because if you get a bow in it like that, what's going to happen? Let me show you. First of all, if you get a bow in it, here's what's going to happen. As you work it through the water, it's going to twist your line as you work it along. And another thing's going to happen. Watch this. As you work it over cover, as it rotates, watch it right here. The sinker comes up over, and then it rotates right there, and that hook is going to hang. See it hang right there? It'll rotate every time. It rotates, it twists your line, and then as it comes up over cover, it rotates right into that concave, and then that hook hangs right into that concave. And that's what hangs you up, right there. So you don't want to do that. The thing you want to do, you want to always keep it perfectly straight with your line. So take it out, keep it perfectly straight with the line, always. There he is. I knew he was home. Oh, look here. Oh, son. Look what I got right here. How you doing? what's going on out here now. What's happening to these lovely children along the weed line. This one here got a mouthful of, and I'll just take that little hook out of your face. Yeah, did you say thank you? I saw you nod. You're pretty, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're a pretty thing. What's going through your mind? Will he or will he not? Will he keep me or will he turn me back? You know I'm gonna turn you back. I'm gonna let you go. Yes, I am.
The Bill Dance Question and Answer of the Week, brought to you by Bill Dance Exclusive Rods by Quantum. Whether you're fishing for panfish, bass, catfish, or light saltwater, we have the action for you. Available at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.
Is there a set time for pre-spawn bass? Bass activity is determined by weather, which is unpredictable. Weather patterns control water temperatures, which determines bass activity. Sometimes spring is early, sometimes it's late. It can vary by regions of the country and even regions of a reservoir. But don't sweat the variables. See it as a challenge, not a frustration.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort. And by Garmin Force Trolling Motors, fish with force. Closed caption provided by Power Pole, the original shallow water anchor. Today's product tip is brought to you by Garmin and their GPS map series, Chart Plotter Sonar Combos, with their advanced sonar technology, like Panoptix Live Scope all-seeing sonar. You'll spend less time finding your fish.
Millennium Shade Tree Umbrella Holder will hold your shade tree umbrella shaft precisely where you need it, whether you're fishing from your own pedestal seat or Millennium's double seat sidekick. Constructed of heavy-duty anodized aluminum, swivels 360 degrees for maximum protection and locks into place for quick telescopic adjustments. This device will hold the umbrella perfectly while you hold the fish, of course. Millennium Shade Tree Umbrella Holder. You're gonna love it.
Come be part of Bill Dance Digital. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us.
There he is. Boy, look at that crazy one. Hey, hey, my boy. How are we doing today? How in the world? Pretty little fish. Using a little 3/0 Gamakatsu EWG, little extra wide gap offset hook. Does a real good job on this worm. It's important to match the size of the hook to the diameter of the head of the worm you're using. If you're using a 4-inch worm, you want to use a 1/0 hook. If you're using a 6-inch worm, to some 7-inch worms, say a 3/0. The diameter of the head of the worm is critical to the size of the hook you use. Because why? Why is that important? A lot of fish are missed because what happens when you set the hook, what takes place? The worm slides down the hook, right here, forming a half knot in the throat of that hook, right there. Now, let's say I had a 2/0 hook right here, more than likely I'm gonna miss a lot of fish because the throat of that hook is all clogged up with worms, with plastic. So it's important to match the size of the hook to the diameter of the head of the worm. So if I'm fishing an 8 or 9-inch worm, more than likely I need to move up to a 5/0 hook. If I'm fishing a 12-inch worm, naturally it's gonna have a bigger diameter head, maybe the size of my middle finger or my ring finger. So I'm gonna need to go to a bigger hook size. The bigger the hook size, the bigger the throat of the hook's going to be. So matching the size of the hook is very, very important to the size of the worm you use. There he is. Got him. Oh, get out of the weeds, get out of the weeds. Coming on around. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, now he's getting mad. He's ill. Yep, he's ill. Threw my worm on. I don't care. I'd sacrifice a worm for a fish like that. Easy. Hey, you big.
When it comes to those 3 great words in bass fishing, there he is. There's a tremendous amount of important information that every serious bass fisherman needs to know. Unfortunately, there's no way that Bill Dance can convey that in just one show. So we're coming back next week with part 2 of There He Is. Please plan to join us again right here on Bill Dance Outdoors. Thanks for watching Bill Dance Outdoors. Join us here again next week.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.